I shall call him Squishy, and he shall be mine, and he shall be my Squishy.
We have utterly failed as a human race.
I'll give you a snorkel.
A blowtorch?
That's not a good thing, is it? Hi, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio, the show that appreciates homespun wisdom glued on well-shellacked plaques. Last week, we started a new contest. What's the name of it?
The name of it's Top Slot.
And how do people win?
They win by playing and downloading as many episodes of Comedy Parenting Radio as possible in the week. The city with the most downloads and plays gets Top Slot mention.
Joshua, what's the top slot city in the world for Comedy Parenting Radio this last week?
Abilene, Texas.
Yay!
Abilene, Texas outranked everyone in the world 2-1.
2-1. So, Abilene, Texas is the funniest city in the world this week. If you want to have a good time, head on down to Abilene. I'm sure they'd all love to have you down there. Today, we're going to prove on Comedy Parenting Radio that there are more things in the world that are stuck than not stuck. We'll be right back.
Comedy Parenting Radio with Jerry Begley.
The Chev got stuck and the Ford got stuck and the Chevron stuck when the Dodge showed up. But the Dodge got stuck in the tractor rut, which eventually pulled out the Ford with some difficulty. A more rain than we'd seen for 1,000 years caused financial joys and biblical fears. It caused some smiles, it caused some tears, but more to the point of our story. For the first time in the collective memory, that old brown prairie that had been so dry for so long was very muddy, boggy, sticky. We'd pull one truck out and get another stuck in, and motors that roar and tires that spin would sink right down to the diff, and we'd all take turns and do it again until no one could move. We'd call one more friend, come on out here, we need you. Bring your truck.
You're back with Comedy Parenting Radio. What's stuck?
You can get a song stuck in your head.
I got a song stuck in my head yesterday. I had to walk up to the chalet from the bottom of the mountain. That's how far?
2.25 miles.
And it was dark and snowing.
Yep.
Just before I got out of the van, I heard a song, and so I sang that song for 1 hour as I marched up the hill in the dark.
You can get a zipper stuck.
Have you ever gotten a zipper stuck?
Yeah.
My ski school uniform, they're notorious. The brand new uniforms, the zipper gets stuck right at the neck. So the first day you put it on, you go ski, you're teaching, you go in the restaurant, and the coat won't unzip below your neck. And you're trying not to panic.
So, do they cover suffocating from ski suits in your insurance?
I sure hope so.
My brain tends to get stuck sometimes when I'm trying to solve a problem.
Stuck as on idle?
As on idle, like it
doesn't accelerate?
It doesn't accelerate.
And is that when you're stuck at your desk?
Yes, that is when I'm stuck at my desk.
One of the more frustrating things that gets stuck is your car door when it ices up and you can't get in your car.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what I carry in my backpack on my way to work?
A blowtorch?
A claw hammer?
Actually, a 6-inch long pry bar. It's in my backpack, so if a door's stuck, I can just stick it in there and crank on it and open up the door.
That would be kind of interesting if the cops pulled you over and like, sir, I see that you've got breaking and entering tools.
But it's my car.
You know what's also frustrating?
What?
When your steering wheel gets stuck in that one position and you're trying to turn your key and you can't because your steering wheel's locked.
You mean when you want to start your car,
Mm-hmm.
you have to put about 80 pounds of pressure on your steering wheel to crank it a little bit so the key turns?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's stuck. Turned.
Yep.
Josh, up and at him. Come on. Josh is over there stuck in the thinker position. Is that called the thinker position? The fist on your forehead?
You know what is not a good place to be stuck?
What?
An airport terminal.
There was a movie about that.
You know the game Twister?
Yeah?
It's a terrible place to get stuck. Oh, you'd be right. muscle cramps for days.
If you play Twister with old people, they can't even stand up afterwards. They just kind of waddle out there on all fours.
Hey, Dad.
What?
Did you know that bullets can get stuck in the barrel of a gun?
That's not a good thing, is it?
Not generally. It's called a squib.
There's not much worse than when you're shooting and then all of a sudden you hear the thump. Oops. Uh-oh. Somebody didn't load their round right.
Yeah.
Well, it happens most of the time when people load their own bullets and they have a primer but no powder or bad powder.
Ouch.
I know several people that have absolutely ruined their lever-action rifles that way.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio, What's Stuck? And we'll be right back.
I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's 50, refreshing 2 degrees, man.
I love bird songs. Squirrel.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Bird songs, practice. Okay, turtle.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the cool forest, visit discovertheforest.cool, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Forest Council.
Comedy Parenting Radio.
Welcome back to Comedy Parenting Radio. You're stuck listening to us for a little while.
Here's a very common thing to get stuck in households.
What's that?
Canning jars, or just jars in general.
Yeah, it's true. Like, my grandmother would always say, Jerry, would you come open up this jar for me? And I would look at it, and it was canned 8 or 10 years ago.
You know, a good trick to opening up those is running them under hot water.
I've done that before. It's scalded my hands.
Well, maybe if you took your hands off the jar before running the water on it.
Hadn't thought of that. You can also get your fingers stuck in a Coke bottle. Don't ask me how I know.
That's unfortunate if the police are coming.
We have a town about 30 miles from our house, and we had just gotten groceries, and we were in the car, and I had stuck my finger in a bottle, and I couldn't get it out. And I was trying the entire way home, and till finally we were able to put some soap around it so I could actually get my finger out. And that is when I learned to never stick your finger in places that it probably won't ever come back out.
I tried on a ring at a store one time, and it was kind of a panic situation because it didn't want to come off.
I've had that, and you're like, I promise I'm not trying to steal it, and you're trying to wiggle it off your finger.
You got to wonder how many jewelers have people come in and get their fingers stuck on rings all the time.
They probably just keep a bottle of soap in the back just for that reason.
No, that's the only practical use of the jaws of life.
Here's one of my more recent stucks that really annoys me.
What's that, Dad?
Radio volumes.
Oh, yeah.
It started out with the truck where Courtney works. There's a truck that the radio volume doesn't turn down. It only goes up.
And it just randomly goes up at its own free will.
Well, now that's happening in our van. That same exact thing. So I'm going down the road, and something comes on, and I want to turn the volume down, and I grab it, and I turn it down, but it doesn't. It actually goes up.
It goes up.
It goes up. Or you'll just be going down the road, and it just gets progressively louder.
Yeah, after hitting a bump.
So that one's stuck. I'm sure you folks out there have experienced that.
It's annoying in the summertime when you're stuck behind a long line of Winnebagos slowly going up the mountain roads.
Which is pretty much everywhere outside of our house is winding mountain roads.
Yeah, pretty much.
Lots of Winnebagos. We've been invaded by the Winnebago tribe.
It's the Winnebago apocalypse.
I've been stuck in the doldrums.
You could make me a sandwich.
A doldrum sandwich. Here, have a doldrum sandwich.
With extra lethargy sauce.
And a side of ether.
Oh, I have something regarding stuck that's very painful to talk about.
I can't wait.
Stuff stuck in your mouth, in between your teeth. I have eaten beef jerky during the day, and it got stuck in between my teeth, and now my teeth hurt.
I'd like to point out that you're supposed to get dental floss and floss your teeth afterwards.
Dental floss?
Mm-hmm.
What is dental floss?
It's like this little stringy thing that you put between your teeth.
Today, right after having beef jerky, we had celery. And that was just like double painful.
And you washed it out with popcorn seeds.
Have you ever had it where you reach under like a bus seat to push yourself up, or underneath a chair to push yourself?
To push yourself up?
Let me repeat that.
I'm reaching under a seat to push myself up. Feels weird.
Have you ever had it where you get on a public transportation or you sit at a seat somewhere and you put your fingers underneath the seat to adjust your seat, and you realize that your fingers are stuck in somebody else's gum?
Why don't you go to any public bench or table or at a restaurant or something? We'll wait for you. Just go. Look, there's going to be a piece of gum there. Do. See, told you. Guys, we have utterly failed as a human race.
How so?
We have completely forgot about quicksand.
That should have been numero uno on our list. Every Jungle Jim movie, every Tarzan movie, every jungle movie in the world has had quicksand.
Mm-hmm.
Which really probably was just like water with green leaves floating on top for the movie.
Well, I mean, it was all in black and white anyways.
I was more afraid of quicksand than lightning, tornadoes, anything.
Me too, actually.
And this is living in the middle of Indiana.
Pecos Bill could rope and ride tornadoes, but you never saw him getting out of a quicksand pit.
Nobody ever survives the quicksand pit.
Nope.
Like every good heart-wrenching horse movie always has a quicksand pit, and one horse just has a terrible, tragic end of sinking to their death.
Did you know that actually if you just don't struggle, you're just going to sink up to about your chest?
Have you tested this?
Not particularly, but we could test it next time we go to the swamp.
I think you're going to be the guinea pig on this one.
I'll give you a snorkel. You can yell at the snorkel.
It didn't work. You can yell at the snorkel, hold my sign.
What else is stuck?
Stucco.
Well, I mean, technically, stucco is stuck to the side of the...
Stuck.
Good point. Except for on our house, it's peeling away. So it shouldn't be called stucco. It should be called peelo.
How about a stuck record? Stuck record, stuck record, stuck record, stuck record, stuck record.
Good point.
You know, if you have a stuck record player, you know what you have to do? All you have to do is pop out the DVD, restart the program, and pop it back in.
And it gets stuck at the same spot.
Well, you just skip ahead.
I don't think we're talking about the same technology.
We're not.
At all.
You know how you fix that part in the record that's stuck?
How?
You grind it down, and then all you have to do is write a couple of lines on there so that it looks like it's a good record. And it's good.
I think you just take a little knife and you just like make a little notch there so it goes through.
That's probably true, but I don't care.
It's funny how every generation, it seems, we get so incredibly advanced, quote unquote, advanced in our music and video playing. Now we don't have to deal with DVDs getting skipped because it's all having to skip DVDs because it's all on the internet. Now we have problems with buffering. Even way back during like the 1800s when people were playing symphonies and stuff and they had to pause to change the music to the next page, even then you had a little bit of a stuck before they would continue.
I think 8-tracks were like the zenith of mankind's technology because you could put a piece of tape over the top of it and record something new onto that. Doors? This door's stuck.
Yeah, doors get stuck. That's what they do.
I believe that's why it's called the door jam.
I think that was like the pinnacle of our show.
Yeah, that's the pinnacle of the comedy.
We are never going to top that, Courtney, so I think we better end the show.
Yeah. This is the stuff we think of when we're stuck with you, Dad.
You've been listening to Comedy Parenting Radio, What's Stuck? I want to thank you guys for coming in here today.
Yes.
Well, sure thing.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
And would you guys go see what's going on with the neighbors over there?
What's up with the neighbors?
Somebody stuck their head out the window. Bye-bye.
Hey, Josh, where would you like for me to put this chair?
Go stick it over by the Cow Remover 5000.
Cow Remover 5000?
Hey, Josh, this is a really nice fancy restaurant.
Yes, they have some really high-quality gum stuck under the table.